And game number 3 started off so well for him. He was doing everything right, Ben. I was blown away by his macro. And you know, it takes a lot for a Zerg player to impress me with his macro, because, you know, I always have second doubts about it. Like, how hard is it really to hit that T button? But no, Hyun was fantastic that game. But then he took the silliest fights. Like, Hyun, you have so many mutas, just base trade. You don't have to fight this Protoss army. That was a little bit surprising that he did not make it directly into Kodas. But overall, Ben, he is a monster. He won so many Zota Cups. He won so many Go for StarCraft 2s. And it seems like he is going for a 9 pool on Whirlwind.
Yeah, opening up very aggressively. We've been seeing a lot of this out of Korean Zergs recently. What series was it the other day?
Let me think.
You know exactly the games I'm talking about because we saw 9 pool twice.
Yeah, it was it Revival?
I think it was in the Lone Star qualifiers.
Yeah, it was a Revival.
Revival against
this Terran player that he played.
MMA? No.
I don't think it was MMA. It was the SCC.
Maybe. Guys, forgive us for being a little bit foggy with our memory here. We cast a lot of StarCraft games, but we'll say it was Revival versus the STC.
No, it was STC versus Select. And no, it was Revival versus the STC because that was a round 2 matchup. They played a best of 5 because he started off 0-1 and then he went 1-0.
He won the first game
1-2.
in fantastic macro style, and then he 9-pooled twice.
Yeah.
And,
no,
and ended up getting beaten. So
because Revival won the ZVZ against Bobongong in the first round, and SCC beat Select in the first round. Ben, this is a 9 pool against Command Center first. Sorry guys, I just like to straighten out the facts before we bring something up. So we got that one figured out. It was Revival versus the SCC. This time, however, Ben, this looks a little bit more bright for TSO Hyun and very unfortunate for our Italian friend, Alternate Cloud.
Not just Command Center first, but Command Center first on the low ground. I mean, that's often how it happens, but not always how it happens. And in this case, it's gonna cost Cloud this expansion. He's gonna have to cancel. There's no real chance.
Nope. We've seen this before, though. If Cloud still drops the supply depot in time or a depot.
Drones have been pulled as well, and this is something that Revival did not do.
Hyun. He's going really going all out. I mean, as long as he has a depot, he does have a depot. He's raising the walls. Well, does he know yet? No, he doesn't know yet. Do you think this depot is going to fall, Ben? It's kind of a late
Only a couple of Lings can hit it at a time. It is slowly taking damage faster than is being built, but if it completes in the building, it can be repaired.
Should be fine, Ben. I think he's going to be fine because those Lings will never be able to attack these SCVs. Cloud, you will be forced to cancel this command center. There's no way around that. But just repair! Cloud, repair this depot!
No! Oh,
yeah,
Cloud is on it. He's going to catch it. See, the problem with this, even though Cloud's going to have to cancel this command center, it just doesn't matter. Hyun has committed so much. Hyun has 10 drones on the map. 7 of them are in Cloud's natural right now. So
and this is one Marine, man. This is the Marine that has the time of his life. As he's like, hey, I can shoot at Lings all day and I won't get surrounded for once. And Hyun is really mad, so he starts attacking a neutral supply depot.
Now, what Hyun has to do from here is somehow figure out a way to recover. He's been just massively outmined.
He doesn't even have a queen, man. This is.
He has no queen. He has no expansion. He has nothing. That was an all-in maneuver. If
Hyun wins this, he is not from this world anymore. Can we say that?
I think we can probably get away with saying that. It would be an almost impossible feat. Cloud, being so bold, is going to make only a single Marine and walk it down the ramp. Are you kidding me right now?
Wow. Cloud. Oh no, not Tasia versus live again. Because I cannot do the Tasteless impression as good as Tasteless does himself. What? That was my favorite moment of the year, man.
And he's going to start working on this tech lab. Cloud, of course, is going to react to it in more than enough time. Pull some SCVs to repair. And he's looking so good. This is a great situation to be in if you are Cloud. He's doubling his opponent's workers. He has second command center. He is ahead in every possible way.
He's up 8 workers, Ben. As he said, he's on double orbital already. He's so far ahead. Hyun is going to need more than a miracle to come back from this one. Cloud's going to open up with Combat Shield before Stimpack, Ben. Do you think that's in case of an eventual Baneling bust, or?
Yes. I mean, I think it's just like the safer bet for him. He's obviously... it doesn't look like he wants to just go push right now. I mean, one of the easiest ways to allow your opponent back into a game is to go make a really bad fight. So I think what we're going to see Cloud do is just be very safe.
It's often a bad idea to make a really bad fight.
Often. Maybe even always.
Yeah, every now and then you can get away with a really bad fight. But Double engineering base going up as well, Ben, in the main base for Cloud. And Cloud is going to lift over He'll lift up his orbital and he's going to float it down to the low ground as he's confident enough that there's nothing to worry about. He, of course, saw those drones being pulled as well. He still doesn't know where Hyun spawned, by the way.
Gotta say, I think Nama style would be the best way for Cloud to go from here.
Just go with
Finish combat shields and just go.
Pull some SUVs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Hyun, what are you going to do with this? He has been mining gas, man, so he's still going to get pretty quick speed. Perhaps at least going to try to take some map control. But he's still 7 workers behind. Because not only did he go for an early pull, not only did he make a lot of links, he didn't make a queen for the longest amount of time. So normally the backup plan that the Zerg still has is at least that they have a lot of larva to their expense, and they can still work with that.
Hyun is producing a lot of lings in reaction to this little marine poke coming forward from Cloud. Cloud going to pick off an Overlord.
I'm actually kind of excited about this game, man, because I want to see if Hyun is human or not.
I think we've pretty much determined that he's not. But Cloud eager to make something happen here. He's going to walk all the way forward, see if he can pick off a couple of drones. Nice position to fight from. Zerglings are going to come in and try to surround. But I don't know, man. Definitely Hyun will be taking some losses, no doubt about that.
Yeah, he lost a lot of links so far. That's of course okay. Queen's still doing a really good job, and so far Hyun is okay, at least for this little push. But during all this, as long as Cloud is forcing Hyun to make more links, Hyun is still not really mining anything. He's only on 26 drones, and he's against 37 SUVs on the other side of the map for Cloud. Cloud not dropping in an additional command center yet, man, as it seems he wants to just produce as many bio units of 2 bases as possible. And as soon as the medevacs are out, he should just be able to steamroll Hyun.
Yeah, medevacs +1, stim, that's all going to finish up around the same time. Cloud will lose a couple of marines that have been overextended here out on the map.
Look at Hyun. He's going to try to expand. Well, he has like 30 drones. Wait, he has 25 drones.
And look at how Cloud's reacting. For whatever reason, he's a little bit nervous. Back at home, we see him walling off at the front, throwing down a bunker, 3 more depots.
Well, he saw the speed links, perhaps the fact that there is speed. Cloud knows that he's in great shape, so he probably thinks, okay, the only way I could perhaps still lose this game is by a bailing boss where I somehow have my marines in a terrible position and I'm underprepared, so you'd rather be safe than sorry, man. But he's dropping the refinery, and that gives me the feeling that he at least wants to start working on 2-2 upgrades. But Cloud, you really don't have to go that much into the late game.
In fact, the more time he gives to Hyun, the better chance he's
still up 15 workers.
Coming all the way back. I mean,
if this wasn't Hyun, we would both be bored and say this game is absolutely over. You know that's true.
And by all accounts, it should be absolutely over. And if Cloud waits too long, then maybe Hyun can bounce back. But man, he is going to get 2-2. I cannot believe that.
Gonna see a couple of roaches in production now for Hyun. I'm a little bit surprised by that, man, because those roaches are not gonna fare very well against this very well upgraded bio army from Cloud. Perhaps he's worried about Hellions and he wants to deal with Hellions with roaches. Double Eva Chamber being morphed in right now for Hyun as well. And the Bailing Nest is going down. He's gonna spot his army. This is a nice army to spot.
Combat shields and stim are ready. The medevacs are going to have to be rallied over, I guess. This is still going to be a difficult little force for Hyun to deal with.
25 stim, 27 stim marines with combat shield and medevac support soon, Ben. There should be absolutely no way that Hyun is going to be able to deal with this army.
He does not have Banelings after all. Here comes those Marines of Cloud. Stim does go down. He's going to very quickly kill those Zerglings and probably going to make short work of the Roaches too. Just walking right behind the natural. Drones pulled immediately. This is a good position for Cloud to fight from, though.
This is absolutely fantastic positioning for these Marines. Another Stim being activated. Killed so many drones. He's going to rip through these Roaches as well. The Marine count is slowly but steady slimming down a little bit, but Cloud doubling the supply right now of Hyun. And this is probably game over already, Ben.
Yep, Cloud has... he's just basically played it out perfectly. GG gets called by Hyun, and Cloud takes game number 1. I mean, that was certainly an instance of one player's build just not working against the other player's build.
But it's also kind of weird because this was pretty much the best case scenario, you would say, unless the Rex would be on the low ground as well and there wouldn't be a high ground wall up. But how often do we see that?
Maybe if you'd have gone double command center before.
Yeah, well, it's Whirlwind after all. You might as well, Ben.
I mean, I don't mind seeing Hyun try to do something like that. No. I think it's pretty safe to say that in Hyun's mind, he's the better player.
Yep.
So he's even if this doesn't work, hey, I can come back and win. in some macro games later on. But it's cool to see that Cloud was able to handle the situation.
Yeah, and after that he played it out pretty much beautifully. I love that he was still aggressive with small groups of Marines, which might not seem all that effective, but the moment that he's doing this actually falls back to the old school logic of how we discovered Zerg, at least in if you never played Brood War in StarCraft 2, force Zerg to make units so they can make drones. Nowadays that doesn't really go up anymore because Zerg always makes units in a certain time. I mean, in some matchups maybe still a little bit.
Really, also maps have become so much bigger.
Yeah.
Zerg doesn't have to make units as soon as they see you leave.
And they have more hatcheries, they have more larvae, so that logic still goes a little bit, not that often. In a scenario like this, it really matters a lot, because if he wouldn't have done anything with those Marines, Hyun could have gone up to 40, 45 drones quite big, and then at least he has something to work with. Now Cloud pretty much forced him to hover around 20, 25, 30 drones, and Hyun just didn't have the economy to produce anything.
A game brought to you guys by Squarespace, all the tools you need to build an exceptional web space. We're running a special promotion on Squarespace software. You can get it over at nasl.tv/p/Squarespace. We're going to take a short break. Game number 2, Cloud versus Hyun. Can the Italian close it out? Find out after this.